Hello, God bless you so much for following us in our live question series. As you know, my name is Reverend Ronald Mireku, and today we're going to have a very wonderful time as we continue to answer the question why there are conflicts in marriage, why there are conflicts in marriage and relationships. In the previous video, we looked at the fact of gender differences. The man approaches things differently. Women also have a way they approach issues. And therefore, if you have that, then you could have conflict in marriage or some dispute of a sort in marriage. Now, today I want us to look at upbringing differences, the reason of upbringing, where a man comes from a different background or different upbringing, and the woman comes from a different background or a different upbringing, right? Upbringing, background. Now, it is said that a person is made of nature and nurture. So nature, basically which family someone was born into, things like what blood runs through my veins and hereditary related things. So maybe I'm born to someone who has anxiety issues. It's possible I could have anxiety issues. That is not what we are looking at. We are looking at the nurture part, the environment you grow from, the people you have related to, the experiences you have had from your childhood to this point. And it is the experiences, the people you have related to, and all that which forms your values, and then also forms your thoughts, and then from there then influences your actions. You get me? Okay, so basically that is what happens. Now, what are some of the differences in upbringing which brings conflict? We can bring conflict in marriage. We have people who come from broken homes and people who come from parents who are still married. It depends on how they came out of it or what the lessons they picked. Some come from broken homes, so they will do everything possible to make sure that their marriages work. And some also come from broken homes, so they've seen it before, they know how it is done. So some do not take marriage seriously and walk out, but some will make sure that they never leave their marriage. Then you also have people who have come from polygamous backgrounds and people who have also come from monogamous marriages. And sometimes the backgrounds and the things they think about, the things they see are a bit different. If it's likely, I'm not saying it is always the same, it is likely that men who come from polygamous homes may be tempted to be more, maybe there's a likelihood for them to be more polygamous because of the background and how they saw things. But some also from polygamous backgrounds will not want to be polygamous because of the negatives they saw there. Now, some also come from closely knit families, and some come from families where there are conflict. So there's always tension in a family. Nobody goes for another person's wedding, another person doesn't go for another person's program, and it's like that. So if a woman comes from such a family and a man comes from a family where they are closely knit, everybody goes to everybody's program and all that, maybe the woman will be thinking, hey, why are you always out for events? Why are you always in your family business? Why are you always having family programs, and you are here and you are there, you are visiting this person and this person is visiting you, right? Because of those background differences, it informs how they may relate to one another. Then you have people who also come from aggressive neighborhoods, aggressive neighborhoods, and people who come from calm neighborhoods. Well, since I come from Dansoman, I think conveniently I can use Dansoman as an example. You see, there are portions of Dansoman. I'm sure those who come from the beach side of Dansoman are more aggressive because the life there, Charlie, is rough. It's a rough life. Then from those who live in the proper Dansoman estate, it's more of a calmer area. It's more of an area where people people mind their own business, and sometimes people don't even know their next door neighbor. So everybody minds his own business, and people don't interact like that. But when you go towards the beach side of the Asuman, then Charlie, it's an interesting world there. So if somebody comes from that side and is married, and assuming the man is from that side, what happens? He's more jovial, he's more into people's houses. He thinks maybe perhaps he can borrow salt from the next house. But you see, then there will be conflict because the other person, what kind of attitude, what kind of actions like that? And the other person is so calm, and they go like, oh, you don't like people, and then there are conflicts. Then you have people, interestingly, you have people who go to single-sex schools and mixed schools. That also has an influence in the way some of them behave. Some people go to some single-sex schools, some boys, and they get some habits from there. Some don't like bathing. Maybe they bath once every 2 days or 3 days, and they marry, and then there are issues, right? Some girls also go to some girls' schools, but as for girls, it's assumed that they like bathing. I have heard of one secondary school where there's shortage of water, so the ladies either bath a bucket of water. No, not a bucket, a cup of water, or sometimes the bathing doesn't happen. That's just by the way. But because of the schools they attended, they are conditioned in a particular way. Some have also been to some high-class schools. They have a way they clap, they have a way they yawn, they have a way they I hear when they even go to those days when they used to go to Interco, they are like, they clap. And some are from different schools, and some are from boys schools where they say their mind as it is, and after that, Charlie, we finish and then we continue. No emotions attached. But because of those different conditions and environments, some find themselves, then there are issues of conflict because the other person will crash or clash with your attitude and your action because they are not used to it. Then you have differences in diet. Some have breakfast, it's not a joke. If it's not banquet, it's not breakfast. And some come from families where, so the wife may be trying to give the man a treat early morning banquet, and the man is like, no, this is not it for me. So you have that. Then you have people who come from affluent backgrounds, rich backgrounds, and some people who come from poverty or poor backgrounds, or from my hometown in Tomim and Akwesihun, where they might not have enough. They have come to Accra, they have met you, and you are going to buy a watch worth 10,000 Ghana cedis. Come on. There will be rifts, there will be fights, there will be disagreement. They just can't get it. You get me? You have people who have also come from very strict parenting, and therefore they are very strict. And you have some people who have come from laissez-faire parenting, and then Charlie, life goes on, let's enjoy life. You have people who have traveled outside the country, and people who have, who are Charlie, local champions like me, local exposure. I think I remember sometime I traveled, and then I saw two lesbians kissing. It just hit me. At the airport, I saw teenagers smooching each other and kissing. And I was like, what is this? I just said, oh, come on. I almost told them to, Masa, get out of this place and go and do whatever you want to do, but don't come and do this in a public place. But my wife was sitting down, calm, because she's traveled more. So a tolerance level to certain things may be higher than mine. You get me? And then there are also people who have prim and proper backgrounds, how they eat at home, they use fork and knives and all that, and always everything is arranged in a particular way. Things are in laundry baskets. And you have some people who grew up in a Rasta lifestyle, and therefore, Charlie, Rasta in quotes, Charlie, live and let's live, Charlie, let's enjoy ourselves. And because of those upbringing, those background differences, then there are crashes. But one thing I want us to know is that, number one, there's beauty in diversity. There's beauty in that diversity. There is fun in diversity. If we are able to tolerate each other's diversities, learn positives from each other, and unlearn the negatives we have by learning each other's positives, I'm sure that we'll make compromises and be more tolerant of each other. And even though we have conflict, we'll come out of the conflict and be victorious. today, may God bless you. May God empower your marriages. May your marriages be blessed exceedingly abundantly. And may God cause a way to heal every brokenheartedness in marriages. Finally, understand that your partner, perhaps at the point you marry the person, 25, 26, 27, 28, has been under a particular nature and condition for the 27 years. So if you are showing or 30 years or 35 years, so if you are showing it, it may take some time before some of the negatives go and for positives to come. It is even the same with you. So have patience with each other, compromise with each other, respect each other's diversity and difference, and I'm sure your marriage will be a blessed one. God richly bless you. As I said, my name is Reverend Ronald Mireku, and it's been a wonderful time being with you. God bless you. Ciao. Bye.